have proved that you fight well. Now you can join us.
Keep cups. Wake up, check your phone. Ignore the alarm. You're still alone. Wake up, rewind the night. Who are you? But also kind of who am I? Wake up, check your phone. Pre-party for the apocalypse.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Effin' Adulting
with Crystal
and Lorena.
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
I missed your face. You look nice today.
Thank you. You look beautiful, as always.
Thank you.
With your Gorilla Glue.
I know. I put a shitload. Hopefully it stays like that for a whole while.
Oh my God, imagine, dude.
That'd be fucking crazy.
How come you didn't think about that before the other girl?
I don't know. You know what? When I saw it, I was like, fuck, I should have.
Dude, that bitch was putting, did you see she was putting like fucking a lot of shampoo and a lot of
and it wouldn't
like
even
that.
move. It's all sliding right off.
It was like, what the fuck?
Dude, but why would you think of doing something so stupid like that? Like, why would you think?
I don't know. I know we
Like,
talked
what?
about this, but it's just like
It's
amazing.
stupid. It's just so amazing that people would. I don't know. That's crazy, but
I
whatever.
don't know. It's just,
And then she was trying to sue too.
and I think she did get money. No,
I don't
no.
know,
I
honestly.
think because it says there, like, don't put it on your body or
On your skin, but it didn't say anything about hair. But it's part of your body,
right?
Yeah, like bitch. Even if it don't say it, it's common sense. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure you're not lacking it. Well, maybe she is.
Well,
Maybe just on this
obviously.
part. Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe
mean-
she was just trying to get attention, like how you were saying.
That's what I was thinking for real.
I mean, yeah, because why else?
I'm gonna. What can I super glue now?
Your eyelashes to your eyelash.
I know. I'm sure they have those small little tubes, and I'm just gonna put it. And then the next episode I'm gonna have my little swollen.
You're gonna
Look,
have your
Lorena.
eyes closed and shit.
I did it.
I did it, but I didn't get
burns.
any money off of it.
It's burning.
I just lost my eyesight, but that's it.
That's
And they
fucked
pay me
up.
$5,000.
Dude, I'm 5,000, dude. Hell yeah. I imagine. That's sad. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Hey guys, and don't forget that you can now find us in numerous podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and many more. As well, we continue to upload our podcast episodes to our YouTube channel called F in Adulting. That's F-I-N Adulting. You can find us everywhere: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're F in Adulting again, guys.
So what are we talking about today?
We had oh God, why would you even, I don't know how to say that word,
Polyamorous.
I always thought it was called polygamy.
Well, what is the difference with polygamy and polyamorous?
Well, I mean, it's almost the same thing. You have more than one partner.
In short, polyamory is the act of having intimate relationships with more than one person at the same time. A polyamorous person might have or might be open to having multiple romantic partners. Polygamy, on the other hand, involves being married to multiple partners.
Oh,
Shoot. Now we learned
Shit.
something because like polygamy. I'm like, yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
Polyamorous, I guess, yeah, you can just have an open relationship, I guess you can say, without being married. Or even if you're married, you can have a
Otra.
polyamorous relationship, but not get married with anybody, you know?
Well, so then
Anybody
you're
else.
telling me that polygamy only works in some places then?
Why?
Well, obviously, because you can't marry two people at the same time.
Well, I know in certain religions that's what they do, but that it's legal, I don't know about that.
That's why I was asking, like,
I don't think polygamy is legal. I don't think you
Yeah,
can be
that's what I was
married with
saying.
one part with two.
two partners. No, not
I think
here.
you
at
could
least.
I mean, technically you could be married with someone by law and then just a spiritual marriage with the other.
Oh, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Just in your head, you know,
Just like have a
just you
little,
knowing.
just have a little, a little
Like a
gathering, like a
ceremony.
spiritual ceremony where it's not by law, like there's
Yeah,
nobody
it's just
there,
something.
but the fact that you're not going to gain anything like a real marriage,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Not that I'm saying that you gain a lot from me being married, but I'm saying like you don't have those rights.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
get you.
so yeah, I want to talk about polyamorous. I believe that's how you say it.
Polyamorous. I don't know.
Um, and the reason why is because I saw on Facebook. It's called the Red Table, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's Jada
Yeah.
Pinkett Smith, and then it's Willow Smith and the
The
mom,
grandma.
the grandmother.
Oh yeah.
And I love
Willow's
watching
grandma.
this because you get the perspective of three different,
Women.
generations. Yeah, it's like you get the grandmother's perspective on polyamory or
And then I'm sure,
polygamy or
and she was
whatever.
having a hard time because I
Yeah,
feel like the older you are, the more
traditional
it's
you
it's
you
bad,
are.
Yeah, like it's not right.
So we're we talking about this polyamorous situation because of what I saw that Willow Smith is really into that.
Yeah.
She was saying that she would like to have a relationship with,
More
it
than
doesn't
one.
really matter. I think she's very fluid with her sexuality. So she's very like, okay, well, if it happens to be two people, I'm
Then it
open to that, because like I guess I don't want to put words into what she said or anything, but how I feel like there are certain people who are just like, you know what, love is love, and you can love multiple people, and you can vibe with multiple people, you can have a connection with multiple
yeah.
people. But I don't know. What do you feel about polygamy? Not polygamy, because that's getting married, but
Oh.
polyamorous relationships.
I
Would you be
mean,
open for one?
I've never done it, but honestly, like I probably wouldn't just because I
But I
mean
mean, think about it. You never done it, but because the other person didn't know. But pretty much cheating would be, you know,
well,
it'll
yeah,
be
I guess
like, yeah, we're
like
doing
you're
it.
doing it. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, the other person doesn't
It's not
know.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not okay. I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot of I think there was a show actually, no, where
Hmm.
there was couples like that and I don't know, most of them would end up bad. So that's why I think like I wouldn't be down for it. Like I would probably be like, oh, well, why are you giving them so much more attention, huh? Like, you know what I mean? I think eventually it will get to that point. So I don't know. I wouldn't be down on you.
No, I'm
Like, just
too.
tell me you want to have a threesome, and we'll do it. But
Me, I could never. I could
you wouldn't be able to.
never. No, I'm too much of a jealous person to.
What if it was two like guys?
Even
Well, yeah,
though,
obviously. I'm like, yeah,
even though,
obviously.
like, I can tell you, like, when I was married, like, there was a point. I don't know if I told you. There was a point where I was so like bored. I guess that I was like, you know what? We should get a girlfriend. I
Oh,
mentioned it to you know who.
yeah.
We should have a girlfriend. We should have a girlfriend. And then he was like, what? Like, you're weird.
Did he say he didn't answer you yes or no or no?
He was just like curious, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's cool.
But that's how bored I was.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't serious, but you know what I mean? I think if I would have gotten a girlfriend, I would have been pissed off. I would have eventually like been like mad.
Bitch, get the fuck out. Yeah.
Because I can't. Like I'm too much of a jealous person to
Yeah. To
to share,
even.
to even think of sharing.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like that's mine.
Bájate, estúpida. Okay, do not.
That is mine, and I'm sorry, you know? Yeah, so I cannot. I don't think it would be for me.
No, I wouldn't like that either. And
I don't know. I feel like I'm a very open person,
yeah.
but there's certain things that I'm just like, I'm very traditional.
No, I know. And
You
like
know?
I know I was telling you that at work, where I used to work at,
Yeah.
I met a girl there and she was really pretty. She was cute, and I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. But she ended up telling me that her girlfriend worked there too with us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought you were. I'm like, are you with her? And then because I kind of like figured, but she was hitting me up like
In
she
front of
wasn't trying
her?
to hide it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like she wasn't trying to hide it. And she's all like, yeah, we're in an open relationship, like whatever, like we've been together for a long time and blah blah blah. And I was like, what? That's weird. So apparently the girl that I used to hang out with was that other girl's cousin.
Oh my
Like,
god, the girl,
yeah,
your best friend. The
my
fuck?
my friend was
Your
friends
best
with.
friend. Um,
Yeah, that was my best friend. No, just kidding. No,
okay.
she was my friend, the girl that I hang out with at work
So
was
the girl that you were
cousin.
dating just recently?
No.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
I was like,
at
whoa, what
this
a
we're at
shocker.
HGS.
What a shocker.
This is at HGS when we were still working in the building, and like I was single, obviously. So yeah, so it was her. I was telling her, like, oh, about this girl. Like I was like, oh yeah, that girl, like she's hitting me up. Like I'm gonna make out with her, whatever.
Mhm.
She's like, that's my cousin's girlfriend, and I was like, what? And then she said, like, yeah, that's my cousin's girlfriend. And I'm like, well, she told me she had an open relationship with her.
Yeah.
She's like, no, ta pendeja la culera. And I was like, what? So this chick went to go
She
tell
was
her
just going
cousin.
around saying that I'm on an open relationship. It's
And yeah,
fine.
like, I kind of believed it because she was like,
Doing
whatever.
it
Like,
in front of her.
yeah, like, she didn't care. And she would like hug me and she'd be like, come on, let's go outside or stuff like that. So, like, I kind of believed her,
Yeah.
wait, but like it ended up being that they were in an open relationship, but that she didn't want her to go out with me. It was weird. Like, so anyways, like shit happened. Like I was still seeing her. I didn't give a fuck, but I knew it wasn't anything serious for me.
Yeah.
If not, I wouldn't have, whatever done it. I'd be like, whatever. But to me, it was like she was cheating on her and we were fucking around behind her back.
Yeah.
That's what it was. You know what I mean? Because obviously, I don't know to this day if it was something that wasn't really going on and she was cheating on her, but I don't know. But
So it
she
was
said,
never determined whether
yeah,
it was
like
a polyamorous relationship or it
relationship
was just
or
like her fucking being
cheating.
a
Yeah.
psycho and
So,
fucking doing it in front of
and
her, not giving
just
a fuck.
she did it. Like she would even be like, walk me to my car, like, and we'd be making out like in
I
front of
wonder,
everyone.
I mean, you guys would be making out in front of everyone.
Yeah, like people were leaving to go home and we were out there.
And the
And
girlfriend?
I didn't at first, dude. I didn't care. I didn't care. I don't know where the girl. Oh, the girlfriend would get out a little bit later,
Mhm.
so she would be inside the office. But if you're cheating, you wouldn't be making out outside in front of everyone. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Like I don't know. So I don't know honestly, but that's the experience I had.
Oh, and the plot thickens. I
It got thicks. Okay.
that's insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. But me and that girl were
Um,
friends. Like the other girl
mhm.
too. We were cool with each other. So I don't know.
Wow, you were a little too cool with the other one, though.
Oh yeah.
A little too cool.
A little. We went to the park one day to a park. I just say it. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
the story.
TMI.
Whatever, you want to know. Right now you're gonna ask me
No.
off the recording. Hey, ¿qué
Shut
pasó, güey?
up.
¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Qué
pasó,
hicieron?
¿Qué?
¿Te la echaste o qué
Cállese.
pedo?
Ay, ay. That's not true. I don't care.
You did, guys.
So we took Oliver to his training consultation.
Oh yeah, how'd it
Well,
go?
it was a consultation with a trainer, and it went really good.
It's
I
cute.
was like, this motherfucker is gonna go there and act like fucking the sweetest little boy. when we already told this dude, oh my
That he
god,
was
he
really
is
hyper.
aggressive. He is really hyper. He will charge at you, and we need help with him. Like we need for us to be able to take him for walks and for him not to want to get off of his leash. Like a lot of things. And
Uh-huh.
we take him, he acts normal, like the sweetest
He's
little
like
boy.
la la
He's like
la.
he didn't even bark once at the
Ay.
trainer.
What?
Not even once.
Not even. I
He
don't
was like,
believe that.
whatever. I think he might have growled like a little bit, like towards the end,
But
because the dude was like super chill. Like he didn't even like. He's like, you can get him off the leash if you want, and we're
what?
like, no. What are you talking about?
He's gonna run
No.
around like crazy.
And then he's like, no, he seems fine to me, and he ignored him. And Oliver was in the office, just like smelling, sniffing everything, and
but not.
being super cute and like coming up and like going to the table and going like this, like I want to listen
Ay.
to, and he was so cute, dude. And we're
And
like
you're
looking
like,
at him
fuck,
like
you're not like
little
this.
fucker. I
He
knew he
probably
was gonna
knew.
do this. And so we ended up, yeah, getting him into like a boarding where they take him in for like a week or so,
The whole
or
week, or
like
you could
two
bring him
weeks.
back.
No, he's gonna stay there like a whole
Oh
week or two.
no.
Yeah, and then we go pick him up, and then yeah, so and that's like it's better that way. That way they can like be, like
Mm.
well, he explained that like they'll be paying attention to him a little bit more.
Oh,
It'll be
because
more
if
like
you
one
were,
on
yeah, I
one,
get you.
you know,
Because if you were there, he'd probably be distracted and just wanna.
or not even that, because we do have to be there like certain times, like. But within that period, since he's going to be staying there, they're going to have more time with him. He's going to be able to
Yeah,
go on field trips like twice a day instead of once a day.
yeah.
And it's like field trips to Home Depot or like, just so
I
he can be out in public and
and he
like
behaves.
so they can kind of train him to behave.
Yeah,
And
that's
then they told
good.
they told us we work with those not the collars, but they're not shock collars. I don't know what they are.
Really?
And I'm like, I don't like those, because
Yeah,
I was thinking they were gonna shock him. And
yeah.
he's all no, 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 and then he like even let me try it out. I'm like, can I wear it?
Just to try.
To
Can I
see
test it
if
out or
it
what?
hurts,
Munches, you want to take it home?
And then I know, right? Once you take the always up, but I want the shock collar one. I don't want just a little vibration
Imagine.
crab. Lorena, it
That's
doesn't go
funny.
there. I asked.
What are you doing? I already told you twice. Don't put it there. That's funny.
So yeah, like they let me feel it. Like, okay, you want to feel it just to make sure, because I know I can tell that you're a little bit like iffy about it.
Iffy about it.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let me fucking. I want to touch it. I want to know
I
how
want
it
to touch it.
feels, and then he did it. Like he put the I guess on volume one or whatever, and it was just a very slight sensation of like stimulation. Like it was
Like a
nothing.
pulse or what? Like,
It was weird. It wasn't like a shock. It wasn't shocking. It was just like how can I tell you?
I don't know.
Like a stimulation, like something like I could feel it. But it
But
wasn't
it
it
wasn't
wasn't like
hurting.
vibration. It was just like I can just feel it. But it
Yeah.
wasn't like a shock, like I went
Like, boom.
like a
Yeah.
spark, you
Yeah.
know? So I was like, okay, like that's nothing, like he'll be fine. And they say, yeah, well, that's only so you can grab his attention in
In
case, like,
case. Yeah.
how when he seems like he might have ADD. Like he focuses
Oh.
on someone and he won't let like how when you guys were there,
Like, he'll just be,
he'll
yeah.
wanna like he's focusing on you so much, and with that thing you would like
Snap
press
them
it
out
or
of it.
whatever, and have him pay attention to you.
Oh,
So
okay.
he
Yeah.
can, because without it, like
He's
But
gonna
I mean,
always be distracted in that.
he's like, he's not ignoring you. It's just that he's focused on that person, and
Yeah,
he's
I
trying
get you.
to, yeah. So,
Just keep an eye on you. Like, oh, what is this fucker gonna do now?
yeah. So, yeah, he was just explaining what they're going to do. And I'm just so excited to
That's
see the
good. Yeah, that they're
process.
gonna. Yeah, and then when you get them back already, all trained,
Mm.
and you're like, what?
Yeah. And then, well, we have to work with them too,
Yeah, pues
because
I
it's a
would
lot
think
to do with
so.
us.
Yeah,
But,
you guys are the owners or the parents.
but yeah, I was, April 30th yesterday, and it was Dia del Niño.
Oh, that's right. It
Dia
was.
del Niño, Cristal.
Isn't that wait, what is the day where everybody goes out and gets wet?
No sé, tú me
Is
dijiste
that
un
Dia del
día,
San Juan, no?
no me acuerdo,
I don't know, but
pero ayer fue Día del Niño en México.
mm-hmm. There sure was.
Yeah.
I didn't get a gift
How
for
were
you.
you as a kid?
Me,
Yeah.
I was a sweetheart. I was really sensitive.
You really are sensitive
Um,
still.
well, I am, but I was when I was little too, like a lot big time worse than right now. And
Eras muy chillona.
sí, era muy
Ah,
sentimental, ¿cómo se dice?
sí. Era muy
Yeah,
noble,
era una niña
sentimental.
buena.
Ah,
I
inocente
was a good
criatura.
kid, I think. I like to play with fire. That was my bad thing though. I
I was a good
never
kid. I was an arsonist.
yeah, but I never ever burned anything that I shouldn't have burned by accident. I always burned what I needed to burn.
Yeah.
And
What did you need to burn? I'm
just
sorry. Can
like
you enlighten us on what was needed to get burned?
it was just like 3 houses, but it was now I'm playing
But
no.
they were abandoned.
They
I
were
mean,
abandoned with
a
a
few
family of
hookers,
like
just a few hookers here and there that would go in.
and druggies. Yeah.
I did a good deed.
Yeah, I helped everybody else around, not have this,
Yeah. Nobody
being the
liked
way it
seeing
is.
it.
Yeah, there you go.
I did the community a favor.
I know. They don't have to pay now for a bulldozer. Is that what they call it? Bulldozer?
Yeah.
I don't
To
know,
get
but
it demolished.
yeah, I saved them time and money and us the
Yeah.
taxpayers, especially. No, but I
Vote
was
for
always
Crystal.
careful.
So you're a very, eras bien curiosilla, ¿no?
Bien shy, bien. Yeah,
Not
especially after
like
my mom. Actually,
trying to
my
do
mom cut my
everything.
hair in a little like bowl kind of cut.
Like Dora the
So
Explorer.
embarrassing. So like people would pick on me. I wasn't a good looking kid. And people were mean. Don't laugh.
So I wasn't a good looking kid either.
But I got
Not that
bullied.
I'm a good looking adult, but I'm just saying
I mean,
I
no,
was
I
not a
get
good looking kid.
no, I wasn't either. Like, and I would get picked on a lot.
Me too. Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
"Ooh, okay. But fuck it. Like now, look at them. I'll dick.
Hey, I know. Look at them.
Now look at those fuckers.
They're beautiful still.
Pinches modelos culeros.
Ay. Yeah, I got picked on a lot too as like a
Really?
child. Yeah, and then I would cry because me dejaba. I was very like,
Oh, yeah.
and I was just big. Like I wasn't fat, but I was just a big, tall girl. And then
Yeah.
Carmen would be like, "What the fuck? You're tall. Go kick their ass."
For
And I'm like,
real.
yeah, but I was just the
You're not
size,
that kind of,
and
yeah.
I was just very like
Mm-hmm.
nice, also like too nice.
Hi,
Que me
buddy.
dejaba, like I would let myself and I would cry. Yeah.
Hi. I would have backed you up. I
And
would
then
talk shit.
eventually I started getting a little bit more rebellious.
Confident and like,
Oh yeah.
you want some of this or what, puto? Okay.
So Crystal, I wanted to tell you about this crazy shit that happened.
What happened?
It's Arroyo Grande teacher takes students to nude beach.
What?
in
What
California.
grade?
I think this is California, right? An Arroyo Grande High School photography teacher allegedly took four students on an unapproved field trip to a local nude beach. And now some parents are upset. I think it was bizarre, said one parent who asked to remain anonymous because of her daughter's discomfort with the situation. It was not appropriate. While some of the teenage girls' parents have signed waivers allowing photography teacher Alan Fraser to take their children off campus for photo taking, some had not signed the releases. On February 17, Fraser asked four of the first and second period students to accompany him to Pirates Cove, a nude beach with a reputation as a hookup spot for homosexuals.
Oh my God. No
Oh
way.
my
This guy was trying to
God.
take pictures or what? With the
Fraser
students?
drove, I guess. Fraser drove two of the girls to the beach in his car, and two others followed in their own car, according to the parents. When they arrived at the beach, the girls were instructed to shoot photos. That's insane.
That is crazy. What that it doesn't say what grade though, right?
It does it, but they're in high school.
Oh, they're in high school. Oh shit.
So they're probably like what, freshmen?
Maybe, yeah, but
If they're
still.
freshmen, they'll be like what, 16, 15?
Yeah, to take pictures. Damn, that's crazy.
Like, I get it. Okay. Well, I mean, I get the fact that he's going and he's like, okay, well, maybe this could be artistic. But I mean, come on.
Yeah, no,
No.
like it, I don't know, like I feel like it's common sense that there's
Don't
like a lot of
fucking.
issues going around with teachers and students. So why would you even risk taking your class somewhere that's like, I
That's
mean,
gonna. It's obvious that it's
inappropriate?
gonna cost. You know.
Yeah, like some kind of fucking chaos, especially with the parents. I mean, it's like, hey, mom, I was taking some nude pics earlier. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. It's just crazy.
It is.
Um, I don't know. Even like the teacher going in, like taking the girls in his car is weird.
That is kind of weird. Like they should have. I don't know. They usually there's a bus rented out by the school. I don't know what,
But it was,
but that's
yeah,
weird. You know.
it wasn't like a field trip. That he was probably like, "Hey guys, let's go take photos over here. I know a great spot."
You two girls come with me.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that is kind of
Yeah,
it's
that
kind of
is
creepy.
it is extremely creepy.
Hmm.
I want to talk about another thing I saw on Facebook, and it's on the ParisHilton.com website.
Yeah.
Salon owner charged after two clients contracted HIV from a vampire facial.
What?
Yeah.
What is a vampire facial?
Let me tell you what a vampire facial is. It's a facial that essentially it's a cosmetic procedure that uses your blood, specifically PRP or palette rich plasma,
That's weird.
to help the skin function at its best. Estheticians will withdraw the patient's blood. So you'll go, they'll take out blood, and then they run it through the centrifuge, re-inject only the plasma back into the patient. The vampire facial supposedly diminishes the signs of aging by increasing the collagen and elastin, while also bringing in some much needed antioxidants and hydration to the face. Basically, it's just like a anti-aging procedure that
That's
they take out your blood,
crazy.
they put it on that little machine that,
That splits it.
yeah, and they just take the pellets, like the pellet rich plasma, and
Yeah,
then
they
they inject that one back into you out of your
yeah.
own blood, right? But apparently they had a lot of things that were wrong with this fucking
That's pretty obviously they
salon.
weren't cleaning.
They weren't cleaning it right, you know.
That's crazy. Imagine.
It says a former owner of salon in New Mexico has been indicted of 24 felonies after at least two clients contracted HIV from a vampire facial.
That's fucking sad.
Maria de Lourdes Ramos de Ruiz, I can say it. A former owner of VIP beauty salon and spa in Albuquerque has been formally charged with racketeering, money laundering, tax evasion, fraud, and practicing without a medical license on Monday. Yeah.
Fuck.
The New Mexico Attorney General Hector Valderas made the official announcement on Wednesday, per People, saying individuals who jeopardize the health and safety of New Mexican families must be held accountable. We look forward to presenting this case at trial. In 2019, a criminal investigation had been launched into the spa after two people tested positive for the virus. The Department of Health closed down the place when they discovered several unsafe practices, such as having unwrapped needles, unlabeled blood tubes, and fake Botox and vampire facial licenses. The New
Damn.
York Post reported investigators did learn that the 59-year-old woman had a cosmetologist license, but it expired in 2013. Ramos de Ruiz told them she does breast and buttocks sculpting, cellulite treatments, and vampire facials. Inspectors found numerous health code violations and unsafe infection control practices.
That's
Including
crazy.
unwrapped needles, blood being dumped into the kitchen sink, and unlabeled syringes beside food in the refrigerator. It's fucking
That's
gross.
pretty gross.
Authorities believe the tools used to take patients' blood and return it to their skin were not properly cleaned or disinfected between each use. The two people who contracted HIV reportedly had the same strain of the virus. And to make matters worse, a total of 137 customers received unlicensed and fraudulent services from the salon.
Shit. They're gonna, I mean, if it's a good fucking place, like popular, I'm guessing, like they're gonna get into a lot of fucking trouble. Like,
Oh my God.
that's a
Imagine
huge lawsuit right there.
That's people's health.
It's like something, yeah, like people die from this. Like it's not
Imagine
like,
getting
oh, you just got something, but it's gonna be removed. No, you can't.
it's
You're already,
HIV.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking sad. And then I wonder how they
Dude.
found out like that it was that place. They probably just thought, oh, well, that's the only place where they've actually taken my blood out and put it back in. Well, plasma, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
that's sad. She had a bunch of stuff that she had been doing though. Money
Imagine
laundering.
the rest of the people. I know all that other shit they were doing. Like, I hope
I
nobody
hope
else
it was
comes out.
just I mean, that's sad that it happened to two people, but
Hopefully, there's
hopefully
no
that's it,
like
you know?
extra people. Yeah,
Wow, that's fucking insane. When I was reading that, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
that
That's
is
why I'm so
crazy.
scared of doing any of that shit, you know?
And you would think like it'd be legit because they do other shit there. You know what I mean? That's like hardcore.
Yeah, that's
And
the
then
thing.
they don't know shit, and you're just like, what the fuck? I went
They're
there.
like, oh yeah, we have a license for this and it's all made up and shit, you know?
I know. Like, I wonder, like, where they tried to YouTube it or what to. I
How the
don't
fuck
know.
are they like even doing anything?
I have no idea.
I read an article on CNN Entertainment and it's about Willow Smith. Shares she's polyamorous on Red Table Talk. It says, if you're Willow Smith and ready to share your truth, the only place you can do it is on the Red Table Talk. The 20-year-old daughter, oh, she's 20 already.
Yeah.
The 20-year-old daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith chose Wednesday's episode on Facebook Watch show Red Table Talk, which she co-hosts with her mom and maternal grandmother, Adrienne Gammy Banfield Norris, to reveal that she is polyamorous, defined as being involved in more than one romantic relationship at the same time. My God, imagine saying this to your mom and your grandmother. She has some
That's,
balls, dude.
I
But
mean, yeah,
that's how I don't know if you noticed, that's how kids are now. Like they don't give a fuck. They're
that's
just
true. They're
just
just
don't
like, whatever, let
care.
me just say it.
I'm just gonna be me.
I'm just gonna be
Uh
free.
Pinkett Smith asked her daughter how she arrived at knowing the fact, to which Willow Smith said, with polyamory, I feel like the main foundation is the freedom to be able to create a relationship style that works for you and not just stepping into monogamy because that's what everyone around you says it's the right thing to do. So I was like, how can I structure the way that I approach relationships with that in mind? The younger Smith said, also doing research into polyamory, the main reasons why monogamous relationships or why divorces happen is infidelity. Wow.
You
That's
know,
true.
it
She
is
has
true.
some truth there, but at the same time, I don't know. I'll
I
say,
just feel like, well, I mean, she's still too kind of young, though.
well, she's
Maybe she'll never change her
experimenting.
mind, and that's what I think. I think maybe for her right now, she doesn't want to maybe like settle
I mean,
down.
she has a point, you know? There's a lot of reasons why monogamous relationships fail because
They cheat, yeah,
people cheat, you know?
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it happens, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Said her mother, who made headlines last year with the revelation of the entanglement. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
understood. When you were like, hey, this is my get down, I was like, I totally get it. Pinkett Smith said, wanting to set up your life in a way that you can have what it is that you want. I think anyway goes as long as the intentions are clear. You know what I mean?
That's
Smith's
crazy.
grandmother said, for someone like me, it feels like it's really all just centered around sex, though she admitted to having considered it herself. Even outside of my counseling that you get from your pastor before you get married, because most people that get married, will get counseling from their pastors because there is a religion aspect to it, a God aspect to it, Jada Banfield Norris said. We had deep conversation about what does this mean to us? What do we want to create for ourselves? And we actually talked about polyamory and was that something that we wanted to explore. We had that conversation. But for Smith, it's apparently less about the sex and more about the freedom. In my friend
Hmm.
group, I'm the only polyamorous person and I have the least sex out of all my friends, she said. So she said this. And obviously you guys can watch the entire
Show kind of thing.
show. I don't know. I think it's a very I don't know. It's
Well,
something
to
I'm
each
telling
its
you.
their own. You know what I mean? Like the way I
Yeah,
see it.
I
Like
mean,
you do whatever
obviously,
makes you happy, and
if
that's it.
like how you're saying, being monogamous just because other people are telling you you have to be shouldn't be, what you should do. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't feel like one partner is fine for you, then don't get married. Or
Exactly.
don't,
Don't get anybody's hopes up either, guys.
yeah, just let them know how it is and how Jada Pinkett
Like
Smith pretty much told her, okay, I'm down with what you're,
as long as everybody's on the
as
same
long as
page,
it's clear to you why
and
you're
to
doing it
them,
and to them, because once you
yeah,
involve people's emotions, then that's when it gets rough,
that's true.
because I feel like we already have it hard as it is with one person. Imagine with two individuals or three, and like
That's
considering each person's feelings and
feelings
emotions
and
and
yeah,
thoughts and
like one of them's bound to like get tired of
opinions.
it.
It's just
One of
like,
them's bound to get tired of it and be like, "No, I want you more." And like it's just gonna end badly. I think. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. It's just,
it's crazy.
I don't know. There's just, I don't know. I feel like it's more of a balancing. Like if you're a person that can balance that,
Then
more
good for
power to
you.
you.
Yeah.
But as for me,
No,
I'm good with one person. I can only handle one person. You know what I mean? Like it's too much.
that's true.
And
Yeah.
I've been in the situations where I've had entanglements of my own. But I'm saying like, and it's just like, I now think about it. I'm like, why would I put myself in that situation where I had to like balance time and like sneaky and shadiness and all this bullshit that really doesn't have to be, you know?
Yeah, and that's why this comes in play because at this point you tell them both or three or whatever, like, hey, I'm seeing someone else. So if that's gonna be cool with you, then it's cool with we can go out too. So that way
Yeah.
you don't have to be hiding, but still like balancing them all. I guess I get you.
But I feel like, okay, so 'cause I feel like there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings between people because they're going to be like, oh, well, we had to talk, but I didn't call it, I didn't say I'm a polyamorous person. I said that I don't want anything serious, and we're just seeing each other and I'm seeing other people. But do you have to say I'm polyamorous in order for it to be like, okay, well,
It's
now
legit or
we're
what?
clear, we're
Yeah.
clear. Or does it just have
I
to
don't
have that talk like, hey, we're not serious,
Well,
we're
I
just
mean, I think the kind of talk for me would be like, hey, you know what? We're we're going out, we can be serious, but I'm also serious with someone else, like I'm not the kind of person who just date one person.
I'm not the kind of person to be serious with
So
one person.
yeah, so like basically, you know what I mean? Like I guess that would be an open
Because
conversation for me.
I've heard of people like say, oh yeah, well, we have an understanding where he said he wasn't ready for a relationship and I accepted that and I told him I wasn't ready for a relationship. So we just kind of hook up, and see each other once in a while. And it's like, okay, cool, but that doesn't necessarily make you polyamorous,
But
right?
yeah, I don't think so.
No, it's just like,
Maybe I think like having an actual girlfriend and boyfriend kind of thing. I don't know.
like an actual relationship. And then
Yeah,
like, okay, well,
not married, obviously.
weird. Well, yeah. Well,
It
because I
is
have a
weird.
few, a few stories that I send you too, and they're about
Let me get them
polyamorous bad breakups, dude.
let
And
me
just
get
imagine.
into my Yahoo.
This is from Vice, and these are stories of polyamorous people share their worst breakup stories. And this is by a guy named Sean 33. He said it was more of an emotional relationship than a physical one. So basically, Sean, he's married, and for a while he was dating a lesbian couple. They met on a FetLife social network that is BDSM fetish kinky community. I had no idea they had this. I'm gonna write it down. They posted they were looking for an additional partner, and they chatted online for a while before they decided to meet up. After a couple of weeks, they went on a date. Everything was going really well. They started dating, and he says it was more of a emotional relationship than a physical one, cuddling stuff on the couch, but nothing past that. It was my first foray into the poly relationship. My wife has had been doing this for months now, and it was really eye opening to dive into that. Trying something new, understanding the dynamics between scheduling balance with my wife and my partners, and making sure everyone had the right amount of attention. He says we dated for 4 or 5 months, and when we started, it was going very smoothly. But over time, we started to have some challenges. My new partners wanted a lot more time that I could give them. So they were asking for more time.
Hmm.
I tried really hard to make sure things were balanced, but I also had a wife and kids, and they have to be somewhat of a priority. And then, as well, the relationship had been emotional and based on support. For me, venturing into the poly world, I thought it was going to be a great testing ground, but it could be emotionally draining. Imagine
Yeah.
poor dude.
Yes.
um, And I realized that in the terms of relationships, I'd also want something that involved a physical component, kissing, touching, snuggling, other stuff in that vein. And they weren't interested in that. My
Gosh.
wife's relationship, for example, has been growing organically, and they're both engaged physically and emotionally. And that's something I'm still looking for. and I finally said that's something I need to feel connected to you. We tried to find some middle ground. We tried making out, for example, but it didn't end up working for them because they're lesbians.
Yeah.
And they took my interest in a physical component as being a pushy or aggressive. We also didn't have that much in common. Our social beliefs and our political beliefs were quite different. So it got to the point where we all had to step back and say this isn't working. And it was really emotional. Do we end this? Is that the only option? And sadly it was. In relationships, you need to make sure everyone involved is getting something out of it. And that
Yeah,
was Sean,
see?
33. And poor Sean, I think he was like thinking, I'm going to get into this lesbian
Yeah.
couple relationship and it's just going to be amazing because we're going to have so much sex and it's going to be a threesome every time. And I'm
Yeah,
going to get
thinking.
to fuck these two girls and my wife.
And nothing. It
Y
ended up
nada,
being,
que
no
he
le
was being
dieron.
pushy and aggressive.
¿Por qué anda pushando?
But I mean, like, come on, dude. You know,
First
they're
thing though that should have
lesbians.
exactly. I was gonna say the first thing that he should have known, like with their lesbians, like not sure why they were looking for a guy though.
A
Like if
guy.
they're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense either way. But
Maybe they just wanted to.
I mean, they were cuddling with the guy, like
Maybe they. I don't know. I mean? Do you ever, as a lesbian, do you ever feel like cuddling with a guy?
no,
I would think you
no,
wouldn't,
like
but I don't know. I want to ask you.
yeah, no, I don't think that that's ever popped in my head. We're like, huh, maybe today I'll cuddle with a guy.
It's like no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I
then maybe
just.
they weren't lesbian. They're bisexual.
But if they were bisexual, one of them would have probably slept with them.
Yeah, they
You know
weren't
what I
interested
mean?
in
Like,
that.
so it doesn't make sense either way. Like for him, like you should have known. Like
I
the
feel bad for Sean. I
lesbians.
hope he found his polyamorous romance eventually.
Yeah,
Someone, a couple of girls that actually wanted to have sex with him, and
yeah.
one grossed out and being like, "Oh, you're too pushy.
You're pushing me.
You're fucking aggressive. Leave us alone. We just want to cuddle with you."
Like
And can you
just let me
fix that?
cuddle.
Can you fix that lamp or that? Can you fix
That's
the
what-
light for me? Because I can't reach.
Before you leave,
Can you change the light bulb? We can't reach
I need
that.
car work.
Right? I don't
That's
know. They probably
funny.
would know.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
They
kidding.
probably
But
be
hey,
like, yeah,
but
I
hey,
get you.
aren't you a mechanic, Crystal?
Yeah, yeah.
You would know.
I'd be like, quítate, güey, lo estás haciendo mal. Ay,
Like, fuck, you're just messing that shit up.
ay.
Oh, God. That was an interesting one.
That was so this one's called We Started Playing Separately. And this one's actually by Andrea 32. So lifestyle stuff didn't have a ton to do with the end of my relationship, but it definitely contributed. It had been his idea to get into the lifestyle in the first place. We met just out of college. I wasn't that keen on it initially, but I think he'd always hoped to a degree that I was secretly super bisexual.
Aren't they all?
I mean, every guy would probably want. Okay, secretly super bisexual, and that we'd go have all these threesomes. But that wasn't really the case for me. I mean, we did do a lot of that because I knew he was really into it, but I never felt like I was getting what I wanted. In the last year, we started playing separately, which wasn't something we'd ever done before. But then, about 4 months before we broke up, he told me he wanted to stop doing that and go back to doing only group stuff. The problem is the crowd we were involved was more vanilla than I was, and I felt like I was getting the short end of the stick. So being able to play separately was my outlet. Like I said, there were a lot of other factors, but certainly once I wasn't happy in the relationship, I became less respectful of what my partner wanted, lifestyle wise. We'd been together for 12 years and we'd always communicated talking about what was working and what wasn't working. And for a long time, we were both really honest. But once things started not working for me, I stopped communicating and basically stopped being respectful. Although by the end, it didn't feel like he was listening to me either. For the longest time, I was struggling with admitting to myself that I was done with the relationship. You get used to people knowing the two of you together, and our friends had always been like, you guys are the perfect couple. You're so happy. And when you hear that enough, you start to wonder, is there actually a problem? Is there something wrong with me? What finally happened was that he found out I'd been out playing separately and hadn't told him.
Mhm.
By the end, I had essentially stopped caring and ended up doing things on my own without his knowledge. And he actually wanted to stay together and work it out. But it was a wake up call for me. It was clear that if I was at the point where I was doing things like that, then I'm done. The breakup itself was pretty
Um,
amicable. We're communicating and everything is ultimately going to be fine. But I definitely feel like an asshole for how things went down. I don't
Okay, so it
know.
was her that was
She
going
probably got
behind her
tired
back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She got tired of him.
just
And
trying
I
to
think
have
she just,
threesomes,
I think
you
she,
know?
yeah, like she just didn't want to go back to how it was before. And this guy got tired of being polyamorous and said, "Hey, let's just do the group sex thing," you know? She's like,
Yeah.
"Nah, dude, I'm good."
So yeah.
Bunch of vanillas over here.
And you know
Um,
what? I forgot also me and when we're going out, remember like we had a weird relationship where we will make out with other people as
yeah.
long as me and her will make out with the same person, if that makes sense.
So it would be the same person that you guys would make out with?
Yeah, like we were going out for a while and we were always like really serious about everything, like being faithful and everything. And then I guess at the end, it just started getting to the point where we wanted to make out with other girls, but we had
An
like we didn't want to tell each
understanding.
other
Oh,
kind of. So we were like, oh, plus if you make out with her, I'll make out with her. And like I think it was idea at first. She wanted me to make out with some girl that was in the car with us, and I kept saying no and no and no until finally I did, and we ended up doing it, and that's how I met with. It was
well,
weird.
you
It's weird.
see?
See,
That's the reason
like,
why I feel like once you start playing around with shit like that, you know what I mean?
and it's
You're you
crazy, yeah, because
you
I
have the
told
risk
her
of you run the risk of losing your
interest
partner.
in that person. And you know what? Like I told her, I was like, because I remember I felt really bad, like on the drive home. Like
Mhm.
I kind of started crying, and I was like, why would she make me kiss somebody else? Like,
Yeah, why would you
pues
make me?
también yo lo
She
hice.
made
You know what I
me.
mean?
She was
No,
pushing
that's what
me.
I'm saying. Yo también lo hice, but I had already said no a couple of times,
Yeah.
and she just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and then until finally I did it. But I kind of felt bad, like in the beginning, and it started. I even told her, I'm like, if I ever end up like falling in love with someone else because of this, it's your fault. And she's like, nah, it's not gonna happen. And it happened.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty crazy. I had one of those. Well, it wasn't
Ah,
one of those, but
you guys
we
were
would,
open.
yeah, like we would make
And
out, and we made out with a lot of girls, a lot.
wow.
Yeah, it was
That's so
bad.
weird.
It is, and I guess we just didn't.
But that's the thing, like that's where I'd rather not even play with that shit because
Yeah, don't.
you know what I mean? It's like you run
It's
a
bound
risk
to
of
happen.
yeah. I mean, because it's something new to everybody. Like to your partner, it's gonna be something new.
Yeah,
So even if you do like a threesome, they're gonna be so much into the other girl than you because they've already seen you naked a million times, you know?
that's true.
And
Yeah.
they haven't seen this new girl
So they're gonna be
naked.
all
So
up
they're gonna be
in.
all up in there, you know?
Yeah, I remember a story you told me too. Now,
And I was like, no, yes. So it's dumb. Like
it is. It
I
is.
wouldn't myself have a threesome with my partner
Yeah.
because it would be
No.
just fucking crazy, you know? It would be
Mhm.
I would end up like pissed off and like kicking her out or something.
Yeah, that would be something that would piss me off too. So I don't know why. I don't know. You would
I
have
don't
to have.
know. I think you'd have to be very comfortable with, and both of you like super not jealous
Jealous
at
or
all. Which that is fucking awesome if you're like
not
that, you
caring for the
know?
person. I
Well,
not caring for
no,
you.
like you can care for the person
No,
and
I'm
just
just
not be
saying.
like a jealous person whatsoever, you know, which is awesome if you're like that. You know, I wish I was you, but
But
I'm not. I could
I
not.
know I
There is
wouldn't be
no
able to
way.
either. Like thinking about it, like no, like, hey, ¿por qué la estás tocando, estúpida?
There's another one here. It says, I notice a lot of jealous looks. And this is from Hannah 27. She says, I met my current partner during a three-way poly relationship with him and his then fiance. And we ended up staying together even after they broke up. They were the primary couple when I came on the scene. I was looking for a steady couple to be in a relationship with, and I communicated a lot with his fiance first. I asked her a variety of questions before letting my walls down to let them into my life. I had a feeling early on that she wasn't completely on board with being poly, and that's how I would be.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
why are you
like
even
sure,
here?
like if let's try it out, but I'm just doing it for you. Originally, I had met them in a swinger community several years earlier as a soft swapper, which is a non-monogamous couples who have non-penetrative sex with others. Wow. I'm a
Right.
soft swapper. So I thought that was a pretty drastic change in such a short time. She reassured me repeatedly that she was comfortable with the idea, but as time went on, I noticed a lot of jealous looks and uncomfortable situations, which that would be me.
Dude,
During the
yes.
9 months we were all together, I wasn't allowed personal time with him, even though I had loads of personal time with her. While all three of us were together, I could show unlimited affection to her, but the moment I showed affection to him, she'd throw a fit. Pretty quickly, I
Damn.
started to feel like it wasn't what I agreed to. I asked her several times to have all three of us sit down and reevaluate our relationship, but she would always make excuses for it not to happen. Then one day she sat me down and said she'd lied about everything. She didn't want to be a poly and that she was doing it all for him. I knew it. What did I
Damn.
say? But that I couldn't say anything. She blew up my phone with messaging begging me not to call things off with him. So I brought it up to him, and it turned out she'd been seeing a bunch of guys on the side without my knowledge and had been fine with the arrangement until they all dumped her.
Oh
Ah.
shit.
Then suddenly Polly wasn't something she wanted, at least until she found somebody new. In the end, all the lying was more than we could handle. Once we discovered everything, he and I decided to stay together even after they split up. We're a lot stronger as a couple as a result, but nowadays we tend to steer clear of poly relationships. We like to attend parties and clubs, any social events. We like meeting sexy new friends. But as a general rule, we keep it at a distance when it comes to developing any sort of relationship. I'm just too guarded now. I feel like there can be some wonderful things about open and poly relationships, but just like any relationship, there needs to be honesty and trust. Lies and deceit make it impossible.
You know, honesty is very important.
Yeah, so I mean, it had a happy ending because they found each other and they're both already like,
They
you
ended up staying with
know,
each other and
they actually like this relationship was the one that was honest and true because he went into the relationship knowing that it was a polyamorous,
mm-hmm.
thinking that it was, and the guy that's what he wanted. So the only one that wasn't fitting in is the
The
wife
girl, yeah.
or the fiance, and that's the one
She
that's
was, I
out
guess, going
now.
around right before, and
Yeah.
then they dumped her, so she went into the whole thing. So
Yeah. So
that's
now that
crazy.
she's out of the relationship, they're They're the
A
ones
couple.
that were true to each other. They went into the relationship with honesty and truth, just open and like, yeah, we're both like into
Into
polyamorous
it, yeah.
relationships. But now they're just a little bit more guarded, I guess.
I
Which
would too. Shit. After that, you know what I mean? Like, then she was also putting her own rules. Like, no, not with him. Like, why? Like, you're doing it
yeah.
with other people. I don't
And that's
know.
what I said when I told my ex-husband. I was like, yeah, but she would be my girlfriend and we would go shopping. And we would, but I was like saying like if we're gonna be like a friend,
Cool, like friends, kind of like.
but you can't touch her.
Only I when I feel like it.
You can't touch her. She can only go shopping with me.
That'd be
Like he's like, I'm
fucking.
not gonna go shopping with
He's
her.
like, that's not what I want to do with her.
You can go shopping with her all you want, but I can do other things with her.
To her, yeah. You can have her for shopping, but I'm having her for other
I'd be
things.
like, okay.
Yay! You go skipping away. So all of those stories, like from the stories we just read, like they all ended up bad.
I mean, except for that one.
Well, I
Except
mean,
for
you
the
know what I
last
mean?
one.
Like
Well, yeah,
the whole
because
poly part went bad.
because we read the breakups.
Who's-
I mean,
Oh, I get it.
they all ended wrong.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
because you
I
mean
forgot about the
breakups.
title. I forgot the title. Yeah.
They all ended wrong. They all broke up. Wait a
Pues
minute.
es que no me acordé de cómo se llamaba el título de esa historia. But I forgot, you know what I mean? But then
You're
when
like,
you
what
mentioned
the
it,
fuck? I don't want to
when
be
you
in a
mentioned,
polyamorous relationship. They all end up
what's
like
this?
that.
Hey, watch me next week. Hey, I have 3 girlfriends.
Yeah, I have 3 girlfriends.
And they know about each other. Oh, shit.
Hey, I don't know how you would be able to maintain all 3 girls happy.
Maybe not, maybe 2, but not 3. Fuck. 2's already a lot of work.
Like that.
But 3, imagine.
Remember that there was a series, but I mean, I feel like you would have to have a decent amount of money to take care of 3 families.
Well, yes, especially 3 families. Like, I thought you were just talking about having girlfriends, you know, like, but not having like family with all of them. Like, that's too much. That's being greedy as fuck. Like, okay, 2, but 3 families, like you're being
Hey, if he could fucking do it, more power to
well,
him.
I have time to like hang out with this one girl. You know, like I had to literally make time.
Yeah.
And imagine, hell no, 3, and then families included.
And then kids.
That's what I'm saying. Families included.
It's crazy. So what do you think about these polyamorous?
I don't know. I mean, to each its own, I guess, you know, like I said, but not for me.
Not for me either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, I'm very open. Like, if that's you, that's awesome, But
But we're not gonna be together.
me.
We're not together.
But
We're breaking up.
me,
No, I wouldn't want to either. It's just too crazy.
It's too much.
Too much work. Like, just no.
It's like one person is too much work. Imagine 2.
Imagine.
I
mean, I don't even want to imagine either. I'm like, fuck that shit.
I can't even put up with one.
That's what I was saying right
Let
now.
alone 2, 3, 4. Hell no.
Imagine, apenas tengo tiempo para una y quieren
¿Verdad?
de aquí con 3 o 2 y que no. And who knew that I had done stuff like that? Who knew?
Who knew I was in a polyamorous relationship?
Yeah, right. I wasn't. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
It was just we had an open agreement to we're like, hey, I make out with her. So, you know what I mean? So like it was basically like I wanted to cheat on her, like because I remember there was one time where the girl's like, I'm not making out with
Yeah.
and I was like, well, you have to. Okay. Now we're not making out.
But you have to. I don't want to. But you have to.
You're gonna have to do it if you want to kiss me. It was just crazy, but
And did they?
I don't know. Yeah, we ended up kissing. We had
Oh,
like a.
gee.
She said only if it was a 3-way, like at the same time. So I was like,
Awesome.
all right, then. So we did a 3-way, and then me and her were making out afterwards, and it was fine just because of that. You know what I mean? Because had already kissed her anyway. 3-way, you know. Dude, one time, dude, it starts getting hard.
You're fucking looking for loopholes.
Yeah, dude, I was like, chingao, like I really
You're
want to
like,
make out with this chick.
how are we gonna do this without her knowing that you don't want to make
Like,
out with her 3-way
or
kiss?
like 3-way kisses. Do it. You don't have to touch her that much. It was crazy, and it would get bad. I think one time we tried to do a 5-way kiss.
How the fuck?
That shit's hard. It probably it's like move your face. So like we never did that again.
5-way kiss.
Like 3 or 4. That's it.
Too many faces.
Yeah,
How does
it's not.
First of all, how is your tongue even?
You just gotta
touching
go
the-
like that.
You're just touching the neighbor's tongue.
The tip.
And if you have a short tongue
I'm
like me,
telling
you're
you.
touching no one's tongue.
You're just gonna be right there. Hey, wait. Come here.
My turn. My turn.
All of you come like this. Chinga.
My turn.
A ver, yo.
Not fair. Everybody got some and I didn't.
Let's do it again. Everybody put your tongue here. That's
Oh hell
funny.
no! 5-way kiss.
It's funny, but I guess
Like
whatever.
a tongue orgy. Oh my god.
Time to be alive, start a podcast, become a DJ, try and fill the void inside. I'd be lying if I didn't say that sounds nice. Wake up, check your phone, but the batteries die.